Oh, hey there. How you guys doing today? Yeah, I'm out here. It's it's a sticky one today, but probably wondering what I'm doing, right? I'm like poking holes in rubber, and usually you don't do this around a pool. However, if you watched my previous video, you saw that I had to rebuild the base of this pool because they designed it so that water will splash out through these holes. And that's no bueno. So stick around with this video and I'll show you how to fix it. I even got a product here that I might send to you if you send me the right amount of money. And you just open the bag and do this. You just got to install it. So stick around and let's check it out.
Smash Engineering.
Welcome to this special edition episode of Smash Engineering. Today we're just going to do a short few-minute video on something that I designed to help avoid, if you watched my earlier video, the water on these best way pools and even some of the Intex pools. Any pool that has this slot in it, the water will come up and come down and wash it out, as you've seen in my other video. So we had to fix that, of course, but now we want to do preventionary measures. So what you do is you take, and if you want one of these kits, let me know and I can get one mailed out to you, and we'll figure out a reasonable price on it. So what you want to do is lay these out in the grass in the sun. That way they get malleable. I got one over here that's been laying in the sun. As you can see, it's very malleable now. And I will send it with a small pack of zip ties. And you just have to let me know how many slots your pool has, and if you can give me the width that you want them to be, I can send you a kit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 zip ties from the kit. We're gonna drape this over. You want the tip of this to just be in the water, and what that does, as you can see over here, this one's a little bit pushed out, but as you can see, when the water sloshes up against them, no water will still come up over the ledge, of course, but no water's coming out of this hole. And that's what we're mainly trying to avoid. So what we'll do is we'll take a Phillips head screwdriver or something of that nature. If you have a tool that's specially made for popping holes, you make sure it's level. You can use your water line to get level because water is always level, unless it's frozen. So you can do that. And then what you do is you grab this side and you push it up under. You get it to where it touches your other finger, and then you just carefully make sure you're not going to stab yourself in the hand. See how I can feel it coming through on this side. So what I do is I let it come up between my fingers, like so. You pull this back out. Take your zip tie. Put me both of them. Feed it through this hole here. Up through your other hole, like that. And what you end up with, oh, and before you zip tie it down, make sure you're happy with your placement. Make sure it overhangs a little bit on each side so you got some good water deflection there. And then you're gonna pull, if you push your zip tie in this way, the cut side will be on the outside, and it'll keep your little kids and people from snagging themselves on it. So you can do it either way you want, but you push it through so it's facing down like this. And then you just push down, pull up. And that gives you a nice solid thing. If you don't like the look of it sticking out, you can get some flex tape. Stick the flex tape right along this seam that's dry, although flex tape can be used in water, and you just push this down against it, and then you'll get your seal. And if you did that, you could trim off the extra that's below the flex tape. That would give you a really nice, if you're really worried about the look of it. We're more worried about functionality and longevity here, so we're not too worried about that. I may trim them and put it, some kind of way there, but we're gonna do the repeat on this side. Push up through like that. Make sure you're not puncturing through your liner. You don't want to do that. feed your zip tie through this hole, like that. And you look up, feed your zip tie through the other hole, like that. Like that. Make sure you got enough here that it can go through the bend, and then you just lock it down. And then you repeat that on as many of them as you want, or as many of them as you don't want. And this allows for your kids to be a little more splashy, a little more waves, without it going. See that? Now if I do that here, watch what happens. That's what you're trying to avoid. And if you look here, same amount of water. Yeah, it'll splash up over the ledge, but it's always gonna do that. What we're trying to stop is it splashing through this little hole. So then what you'll do is snip off your extras. And when you're done with that, just make sure it's not too sharp when you snip these off. You don't really have to snip these off, but just to make it look clean, you can snip these off, and you have solved the problem the Smash Engineering way. So I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope this helps you. I hope our earlier video helps you figure out if you've already had this problem, but my recommendation is put these on immediately, something like this immediately when you set up the pool. So that way this doesn't happen, because you can avoid the previous video's problem altogether, the sketchiness of lifting up, I don't know how many thousands of pounds of water here, or hundreds of pounds of water, and having to even do that. You can avoid that by simply putting this on there, something like this on there, and avoiding the problem in the first place. So make sure you help your neighbor, find someone in need, give them a hug, give them a high five, let them know they're cared about. You don't know what people are going through. Everyone's going through something, and just because we're out in public and we think that what we're doing is important doesn't mean the person next to us is not important. So if you see someone down in the dumps, try to find a way to brighten their day. Thanks for watching.